Listen to me. You've been carrying people who don't even want to walk. You've been watering dead plants hoping they bloom. You've been giving your energy, your peace, your mind, your heart to people who don't even see you. And I came to tell you today, it's time to focus on yourself and let them go. They laugh at your dreams, let them go. They drain your spirit, let them go. They keep you in drama, confusion, chaos, let them go. You are not put on this earth to babysit grown people's insecurities. You are not put here to keep people comfortable in their excuses. You are not put here to play small so they don't feel small. Your calling is bigger than your comfort zone. And I know it hurts to let them go. I know it's painful when you realize people you love don't clap when you win, don't show up when you struggle, don't cheer when you rise. But listen, you can't fly carrying dead weight. You can't move forward tied to anchors. You can't reach your destiny stuck with people who don't want to grow. You want to be great? Then protect your focus. Protect your mind, protect your energy, protect your vision. You're wasting time checking who likes your posts, who's watching your stories, who's talking behind your back, who's saying what. Why do you care what they think when they ain't building what you're building? Why do you care who walks away when you were called to stand up and walk alone if you have to? They don't believe in you? Let them go. They don't support you? Let them go. They don't respect your boundaries? Let them go. They don't grow with you? Let them go. You keep telling yourself you're loyal, but you're loyal to your own destruction. You keep telling yourself you're loving, but you're loving people who use you. You keep telling yourself you're humble, but you're shrinking for people who don't deserve your presence. Listen, if they don't clap for you now, they're not going to clap when you're on top. If they can't handle your process, they don't deserve your promise. If they can't sit with you in the grind, they don't get to stand with you in the glow. You're so busy trying to fix people, you can't even fix yourself. You're so busy trying to pull people up, you're drowning in their problems. You're so busy trying to keep everyone happy, you're losing your own joy. It's time to choose you. It's time to level up, not link down. It's time to let go of people, patterns, and places that keep you stuck. You can't heal in the same environment that's breaking you. You can't grow around people who refuse to grow. You can't win with people who are committed to losing. It's time to separate so you can elevate. It's time to isolate so you can dominate. It's time to say, I love you, but I love me enough to let you go. Focus on yourself. Build your vision. Heal your heart. Strengthen your mind. Discipline your habits. You keep worrying about them, but what about you? What about your dreams? What about your peace? What about your future? You've given enough chances. You've poured enough time. You've made enough excuses. It's time to choose yourself and let them go. You can't fly carrying dead weight. You keep trying to take everyone with you, dragging people who refuse to walk, holding on to people who have no intention of moving forward, believing you're helping them, believing it's your job to fix them, believing if you just love them enough, give them enough, sacrifice enough, they will eventually get it. They will eventually rise. They will eventually change, but they don't. And every day you wake up with that weight on your shoulders, you wonder why you're tired. You wonder why you're drained. You wonder why your vision feels heavy. It's because you are carrying people who are committed to staying the same. You are carrying their fear, their excuses, their doubt, their laziness, their blame. You are carrying their emotional chaos, their broken mindset, their negative energy, thinking you can somehow save them by slowing yourself down, but you can't save people who don't want to save themselves. You can't want their freedom more than they do. You can't force them to grow if they want to stay small. You can't make them want purpose if they're comfortable with distractions. You can't teach hunger to someone who is committed to comfort. You can't pull people up who are determined to stay down. And every time you delay your progress, every time you interrupt your grind, every time you slow your pace to match theirs, you are betraying yourself. You are betraying your purpose. You are betraying your assignment. You think you're helping them, but you're hurting yourself. You're losing momentum. You're losing focus. You're losing the discipline you've worked so hard to build. And all for people who don't even see your sacrifices, who don't even appreciate the hours you give, who don't even notice the energy you lose. And you can't keep living like that because your future demands that you travel light. Your destiny requires you to let go of the weight that keeps you grounded, the weight of people who complain but don't change, people who drain but don't pour, people who take but don't give, people who criticize but don't build. People who judge your grind but never do the work themselves. You can't fly carrying people who don't want to see you fly. You can't keep your spirit light if you let their negativity latch onto your soul. You can't keep your mind clear if you allow their drama to take up space in your thoughts. You can't keep your energy strong if you let them pull you back into cycles you've outgrown. You can't soar if you keep attaching yourself to the weight of who you used to be just to keep them comfortable. You can't go higher if you're chained to what you're supposed to let go. You have to understand, it is not your job to carry people who are fully capable of walking. It is not your responsibility to drag people who refuse to take responsibility for their own lives. It is not your assignment to convince people of their potential when they refuse to believe in themselves. Your purpose requires your focus. Your vision requires your discipline. Your goals require your energy. Your calling requires your full presence. You can't give them that if you are constantly stuck trying to carry people who want to stay where they are. You have to decide if you are serious about your future or if you are serious about maintaining dead weight. You have to decide if you are ready to fly or if you want to stay on the ground, holding the hands of people who are satisfied with crawling. You have to decide if your dreams matter enough to you to let go of people who are blocking your blessings with their fear. You can't keep living in a season that's over. You can't keep giving your energy to people who have shown you they don't want to grow. You can't keep shrinking yourself just to make them feel comfortable with their own lack of action. You can't let their limitations become your limitations. You can't let their mindset become your mindset. You can't let their excuses become your excuses. You can't let their dead weight become the reason you never take off. Protect your focus, energy, and vision, because without these, you lose everything you've been fighting for, everything you wake up for, everything you cry for when nobody sees you, everything you sacrifice for when you say no to distractions and yes to discipline. You don't get to your purpose by giving your energy to everything and everyone. You don't reach your calling by letting people interrupt your growth every 5 minutes. You don't step into your next level when you allow your mind to be cluttered with gossip, with negativity, with opinions that don't even matter. You have to protect your focus like it's your life, because it is. You have to guard your mind, because what you let in becomes what you think. What you think becomes what you do. What you do becomes your results, and your results become your life. Your focus is a weapon. Your focus is leverage. Your focus is power. And you can't hand that power over to distractions and expect to win. You can't hand that power to drama and think you will step into your greatness. You can't hand that power to every notification on your phone and expect to build something that outlives you. Protect your energy, because energy is the currency of your purpose. If you waste your energy arguing with people who don't want to understand you, you lose the energy you need to build your dreams. If you waste your energy worrying about who likes you, who supports you, who claps for you, you lose the energy you need to clap for yourself and keep going when nobody else does. If you waste your energy fighting battles that don't belong to you, you lose the energy you need to fight for your vision, your family, your future. Your energy is precious. It is limited. It is not to be wasted on people who drain you. It is not to be wasted on proving yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. It is not to be wasted on seeking validation from people who can't even validate themselves. You have to protect your energy by setting boundaries and not feeling guilty about it. You have to protect your energy by saying no to invitations that don't align with your purpose. You have to protect your energy by surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who correct you when you slip, who remind you of your power when you forget. You have to protect your vision, because your vision is the blueprint of your life. Your vision is the reason you wake up when you're tired, the reason you keep going when you feel alone, the reason you keep building when nobody claps for you, the reason you keep learning when everyone else is relaxing. Your vision is what keeps you alive. Your vision is what keeps you disciplined. Your vision is what keeps you aligned when distractions come, because distractions will come, but you have to decide if your vision is worth protecting or if you're going to give it up for temporary comfort, temporary acceptance, temporary entertainment. You have to protect your vision by keeping it in front of you, by reminding yourself daily of why you started, by refusing to lower your standards to fit in, by refusing to allow temporary emotions to sabotage your permanent purpose, by refusing to let fear stop you from taking action on what you see in your spirit. You can't share your vision with everyone because not everyone has the capacity to understand it. You can't let small-minded people speak into your big dreams. You can't let people who quit on themselves convince you to quit on yourself. You can't let people who gave up on their potential talk you out of yours. Protect your focus when you feel like you're slipping by, reminding yourself of your why. Protect your energy by stepping back from chaos and stepping into stillness. Protect your vision by taking action on it daily, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, even when it's slow. Protect your focus, protect your energy, protect your vision because your future depends on it. Let go of people who don't grow with you. Because the more you try to hold on to people who refuse to grow, the more you sabotage your own growth, the more you allow people who are stuck to keep you stuck, the more you let people who complain about everything keep you in a mindset of complaints, the more you allow people who make excuses to normalize making excuses in your own life, the more you allow people who are comfortable with average to keep you living in average. You can't expect to elevate if you surround yourself with people who are comfortable staying exactly where they are. You can't expect to think big if you constantly let small-minded conversations fill your mind. You can't expect to become disciplined if you're around people who are committed to laziness. You can't expect to become focused if you let people interrupt your flow every time they feel like it. You can't expect to build a mindset of abundance when you are around people who only see scarcity. You can't expect to build a life of purpose when you are around people who live with no purpose. You can't keep trying to inspire people who don't want to change and expect it not to drain your spirit. You can't keep trying to motivate people who don't want to move and expect it not to exhaust your energy. You can't keep trying to pull people up who are determined to stay down and expect it not to slow you down. You have to learn to let go. Let go of the friendships that only exist because of shared history but have no shared future. Let go of the relationships that drain you emotionally and mentally. Let go of the people who are only around when they need something from you. Let go of the people who get uncomfortable every time you win. Let go of the people who constantly question your dreams. Let go of the people who gossip about others because they have nothing to build for themselves. Let go of the people who disrespect your boundaries and expect you to tolerate it. Let go of the people who don't believe in growth, who don't believe in healing, who don't believe in doing the inner work. Let go of the people who choose comfort over purpose and then want you to sit with them in their comfort. You have to understand that letting go doesn't mean you don't love them. It means you love yourself enough to protect your environment. You love yourself enough to protect your energy. You love yourself enough to protect your calling. You love yourself enough to protect your peace. You love yourself enough to protect your future. You have to understand that letting go is a form of self-respect. It is a form of self-love. It is a form of spiritual maturity. It is a form of discipline because your environment will either grow you or stunt you. Your environment will either challenge you or comfort you into complacency. Your environment will either call you higher or keep you low. Your environment will either water your vision or drain your faith. And you can't keep yourself in environments that drain you and then expect to become your best self. You can't keep surrounding yourself with people who laugh at discipline and then expect to become disciplined. You can't keep giving your time to people who waste theirs and then expect to value your own time. You can't keep sharing your ideas with people who don't believe in their own ideas and expect your ideas to grow. You can't keep trying to be everything for everyone else while losing yourself in the process. You have to let go of people who don't grow with you so you can make space for the people who will challenge you, for the people who will support you, for the people who will call you higher, for the people who will believe in your vision, for the people who will remind you of your greatness when you forget, for the people who will correct you when you slip, for the people who don't believe in their own ideas and expect your ideas to grow. You can't keep trying to be everything for everyone else while losing yourself in the process. You have to let go of people who don't grow with you so you can make space for the people who will, for the people who will challenge you, for the people who will support you, for the people who will call you higher, for the people who will believe in your vision, for the people who will remind you of your greatness when you forget, for the people who will correct you when you slip, for the people who will celebrate your wins without insecurity, for the people who will hold you accountable to your purpose. You have to let go of people who don't grow with you so you can finally grow into who you were created to be. Choose yourself without guilt because for too long you have been trained to believe that choosing yourself is selfish. For too long you have been conditioned to think that prioritizing your peace, your healing, your goals, your boundaries means you are abandoning people. For too long you have been taught to pour into others even when you are empty, to say yes when your spirit is screaming no, to keep showing up for others even when you can't show up for yourself. to keep carrying people who refuse to carry themselves, to keep fixing problems that you didn't create, to keep proving your worth by sacrificing your own needs, to meet the expectations of people who don't even see your value. You have been taught to feel guilty for resting, guilty for saying no, guilty for having standards, guilty for leaving environments that no longer serve you, guilty for ending friendships that are draining you, guilty for closing doors that are blocking your peace, guilty for turning your phone off so you can think, guilty for not replying immediately to people who are not entitled to your time, guilty for growing when people around you want to stay the same, guilty for building when people around you want to complain, guilty for staying disciplined when people around you want to remain distracted, guilty for protecting your energy while others waste theirs on chaos. You have been taught that your worth is tied to how much you give, how much you do for others, how much you sacrifice, how much you tolerate, how much you endure. And now you feel empty, drained, resentful, tired, and unfulfilled because you have made everyone else a priority while you made yourself an afterthought. You wake up for everyone else, but you don't wake up for yourself. You give grace to everyone else, but you don't give it to yourself. You encourage everyone else, but you criticize yourself. You fight for everyone else, but you neglect to fight for yourself. And you wonder why your spirit feels heavy, why your mind feels cluttered, why your peace feels fragile. It's because you keep abandoning yourself to show up for others who don't show up for you. It's because you keep saying yes to everyone else while saying no to your own needs. It's because you keep lowering your boundaries to make others comfortable while making yourself uncomfortable. It's because you keep delaying your own healing to save people who don't want to save themselves. It's because you keep choosing other people's comfort over your own growth. You have to choose yourself. You have to choose your healing. You have to choose your peace. You have to choose your mental health. You have to choose your calling. You have to choose your goals. You have to choose your boundaries. You have to choose your time. You have to choose your energy. You have to choose your standards. You have to choose your growth. And you have to do it without guilt, without explaining yourself to people who would never understand your calling, without seeking permission from people who benefit from your lack of boundaries, without trying to convince people who want to keep you small, without apologizing for needing time to heal, without apologizing for protecting your peace, without apologizing for not wanting to participate in drama, without apologizing for declining invitations that don't align with your purpose, without apologizing for not being available for people who were never available for you, without apologizing for refusing to shrink yourself to fit into places you've outgrown, without apologizing for creating distance from people who drain you, without apologizing for protecting your focus, without apologizing for choosing your own mental and spiritual health, without apologizing for outgrowing environments that keep you stagnant. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to distance yourself from chaos. You are allowed to protect your energy. You are allowed to walk away from what is not aligned with your purpose. You are allowed to choose yourself without guilt, separate so you can elevate, because you keep trying to grow in the same environments that keep you small. You keep trying to heal in the same places that keep breaking you. You keep trying to stay disciplined around people who celebrate distractions. You keep trying to believe in your dreams around people who only believe in limitations. You keep trying to think big around people who laugh at big thinkers. You keep trying to stay focused around people who live for chaos. You keep trying to build consistency around people who are inconsistent. You keep trying to maintain a mindset of abundance around people who only see scarcity. You keep trying to protect your peace around people who thrive in drama. You keep trying to step into your calling while staying in circles that do not align with your purpose. You keep trying to elevate while staying connected to people who have no desire to grow. You keep trying to maintain your spiritual clarity while surrounded by confusion and noise. You keep trying to expand your faith while surrounded by fear-based conversations. You keep trying to go higher while being pulled down by people who are committed to staying low. You keep trying to evolve while holding on to habits, people, and places that are tied to the older version of you. And you wonder why you keep feeling stuck, why you keep feeling drained, why you keep feeling heavy, why your vision feels blurry, why your passion feels low, why your mind feels cluttered. It's because elevation requires separation. It's because growth demands space. It's because purpose needs room to breathe. It's because your spirit cannot thrive in an environment that is killing your joy. It's because your mind cannot grow in an environment that feeds negativity. It's because your energy cannot expand in an environment that drains it daily. You need to separate from people who refuse to grow, separate from conversations that shrink your mindset, separate from distractions that steal your discipline, separate from environments that celebrate mediocrity, separate from relationships that drain your spirit, separate from cycles that repeat the same chaos, separate from habits that sabotage your progress, separate from mindsets that keep you stuck in fear, separate from the version of yourself that settled for less. You need to step back so you can see clearly. You need to create distance so you can regain your energy. You need to create boundaries so you can protect your focus. You need to remove yourself from circles that are not aligned with your purpose. You need to release people who are not growing with you so you can make space for people who will. You need to pull away from conversations that don't feed your vision. You need to separate from environments that drain your creativity. You need to create room for your spirit to breathe, for your mind to think, for your energy to recharge, for your purpose to realign, for your goals to be pursued with full focus. You cannot elevate if you are constantly entangled in other people's drama. You cannot elevate if you are constantly trying to please people who don't respect your boundaries. You cannot elevate if you are allowing the fear of losing people to keep you tied to what is draining your soul. You cannot elevate if you keep trying to prove yourself to people who don't believe in your calling. You cannot elevate if you keep giving your energy to people who are not willing to do the work to change. You cannot elevate if you keep allowing distractions to interrupt your grind. You cannot elevate if you keep holding on to what is weighing you down. You cannot elevate if you are too afraid to let go of people who are blocking your blessings. You need to separate so you can hear God's direction clearly, so you can see your path without noise, so you can focus on your healing without guilt, so you can build your discipline without interruptions, so you can protect your mind from negativity, so you can guard your energy from distractions, so you can strengthen your spirit for the next level, so you can align your habits with your goals, so you can pursue your calling without unnecessary weight, so you can prepare yourself for the doors you are praying to open, so you can step into your next season with clarity and strength, separate so you can elevate.